This video is brought to you by Zarrakan Productions, an umbrella group composed of over 10 shows and an archive of over 5,000 videos covering a wide variety of topics. Please go to zarrakan.com for a complete listing of video links, social media feeds, and opportunities to support our content. Thank you for your time, and may I present another Zarrakan production. Welcome to Virtual World Traveler. I am your camera cat showing you some of the amazing places I have seen. This is a video I made about Ready Player One, Aech's Basement, by Sansar Studios, at Sansar. The basement is the chat room that Aech programmed to look like a large suburban rec room from the late 1980s, and invited Pavizal to hang out at. It includes old movie and comic book posters, a vintage RCA television, which is hooked up to a Betamax VCR, a laserdisc player, several vintage video game consoles, and some bookshelves lining the far wall with role-playing game supplements and back issues of Dragon magazine. Please join me as I explore Ready Player One, Aech's Basement.
Whoever came up with the idea for the hoverboard is a genius. Now, normally I'm not a fan of pink, but I make an exception in this case. Back to the Future 2 gave us so many things. Self-drying jackets, power laces, dust-repellent paper, and Grandpa Biff. But the Mattel hoverboard is still the greatest thing to come out of Future Hill Valley. Just remember, hoverboards don't work on water.
Retrace your steps, escape your past, and the key will be yours at last. What part of your past are you trying to escape, Halliday?
This is the Oasis, a whole virtual universe. You can do anything, be anywhere, without going anywhere at all.
The Oasis was created by James Halliday, and what he left behind changed everything.
A contest.
3 impossible challenges. The first to finish gets complete control of the Oasis, which means complete control of the future.
The contest is gotta be about connecting with someone, connecting with the world. So we take it together?
Sure. Save the Oasis.
Save the world.
Prayer.
That's better. McFly.
That went well.
Retrace your steps, escape your past, and the key will be yours at last. What part of your past are you trying to escape, Halliday? This is the Oasis, a whole virtual universe. You can do anything, be anywhere.
Want to know how to unlock all the star roads in Super Mario World? Where to get a hold of that magic cape in Zelda 3? Or how to execute that super secret fatality move in Mortal Kombat 2? Any 90s Nintendo aficionado worth their salt has a stack of Nintendo Power magazines in their library to aid in their quest to dominate all things Nintendo. Go ahead and take one. I've memorized every issue.
The contest is gotta be about connecting with someone, connecting with the world. So we take it together?
Sure.
Whoa, careful with that. This, of course, is an exact replica of the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. In its resting state, the sword is a dagger, but when it's called into action, it extends into a sword and vaporizes bad guys with an awesome energy blast. See that red stone on the hill? That, my friend, is the Eye of Thundera, the source of all the sword's power. Thundercats ho!
Save the Oasis.
Save the world. That's better.
I'll wait till the finish line.
Here's a crazy concept. See how both players sit on the same side? Instead of trying to kill each other in joust, the two-player mode lets you work together with another player to beat the game. Game designer John Newcomer wanted to do a flying game that didn't take place in space. So he went with knights on flying ostriches because, of course, makes total sense, right? Keep flapping those wings and watch out for that pterodactyl. The Fly. Quintessential David Cronenberg starring a young Jeff Goldblum. Oh man, this movie scared the crap out of me when I first saw it. Here's probably the greatest movie ever made about teleportation, and it's about a guy who turns into a fly. It's grotesque, quirky, and terrifying all at the same time. And after you see it, you'll forever think twice before arm wrestling a stranger in a bar. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Save the world. Better.
Remember the Cold War? Yeah, me neither. Back when this movie came out though, Russia was still called the Soviet Union, and America was obsessed with the possibility of World War III breaking out at any moment. Movies like Red Dawn, Terminator, and War Games all ask the question, what if? Like, what if a high school hacker managed to inadvertently start a nuclear war because he thought he was playing a computer game? It really makes you think. There are so many reasons to love Kurt Russell, but this might be the best one. Big Trouble in Little China is the kind of movie you'd make if you could make any movie you wanted. Of course there would be kung fu, and some crazy sorcerer dude, and a wisecracking truck driver who barges in and saves the day. And if they gave out Oscars for movie titles, this would have won that award hands down. I'm usually pretty good with games, but boy, this Rubik's Cube is a tough nut to crack. Don't let the looks deceive you. Even though it's the world's best-selling toy, it actually started off as a structural puzzle invented in the mid-70s by Erno Rubik, who worked at the Department of Interior Design in Budapest. I've been working on this for a while now without much success. So many Batmen, it's hard to choose a favorite, but this Tim Burton classic will always have a special place in my basement. Before this movie, the last time people saw Batman, he was played by Adam West in the 60s. But the moment Michael Keaton put on the cowl and faced off against Jack Nicholson as the Joker, we knew superhero movies would never be the same again. And how cool is this format? It's super old school. I think it's called VHS or something like that. Are you up for an epic adventure that leads to unimaginable riches? No, I'm not talking about Holiday's Easter egg. No one's ever gonna find that thing. This right here is the map to One-Eyed Willie's hidden treasure from the Goonies. Mikey and his buddies find it in his attic by accident and use the clues within to find ancient pirate treasure, hidden inside a network of caves and protected by all kinds of deadly booby traps. Nothing stops our heroes though. You know why? Because Goonies never say die.